You can make a very fulfilling career out of the Army if you know how to properly navigate it. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Jay. I'm a retired Army Green Beret out of 3rd Special Forces Group. The intent behind this channel, guys, is to share my knowledge and wisdom with the next generation. So if you haven't done so already, like and subscribe to help me reach that goal. I appreciate it. Guys, today I want to talk about how to make a career out of the Army. I'm going to cover the process that I went through as a enlisted guy, but just know that the same process applies to the officer route also. You might have to do a little bit of schooling, but it's the exact same process, guys. You're going to be serving with enlisted guys once you get to your actual unit, and everything that I'm going to talk about applies to you also. So first thing you want to do when you're thinking about joining the military is you want to talk to your parents. You want to make sure that you have their support, guys. Now just know that you're going to hit some resistance, mainly because no parents wants to see their kids go in harm's way, even though it's for a good cause. But if you're serious about it, just communicate it to your parents and make them a part of the process. Once that step is complete, guys, the next thing you want to do is you want to start doing your research. You want to know exactly what branch of the military that you want to join. Once you've decided which branch you want to go to, guys, you need to start then researching the MOS. You want to start researching what type of job you actually want to do. Now, the Army has a job for everything. We have pack clerk. We have court clerk. Like, if you could think about it, guys, the military has a job specialty for it. So just do your research, guys, and figure out exactly what you want to do. Because I know a lot of guys think that they want to do one thing and they research it and it sounds good on paper, but once you get into the Army, it's something completely different. So make sure you do your due diligence. You can go speak to recruiters. You can speak to friends of buddies or friends of family members that's currently serving in the military, and they'll give you the no shit scoop on what that MOS actually is. Once you figured all that out, guys, you could then start to engage the recruiters. You can start building rapport and you can start showing interest in wanting to actually join the military. Simultaneously, you need to be studying for your ASVAB because you need to know exactly what scores you need to be able to go into the MOS that you want. Once all that is complete, guys, and you taken the ASVAB and you scored the exact score that you wanted and you know what MOS that you want, you will then go into MEPS and you will then sign your contract. Now, once you sign your contract and you swear into MEPS, you will then get entered into the delay entry program. What that means is if you are due to ship out a month from now, you will start to work with those recruiters until it's time for you to ship. Because as soon as you sign that contract, you belong to the government. So they're going to want to try to keep you busy. Now, while you're working with the recruiters, you can go over basic stuff like how to march, how to tell military time, phonetic alphabet, so on and so forth. So that way, whenever you get to basic training, you are knowledgeable. Now, once it's time to ship out, guys, you will then ship out to wherever basic training is going to be. You will conduct basic training, followed by AIT. Now, I know infantry engineers, we have what's called one station unit training, where you will do your basic and your AIT at the same place. Other MOSs might not be the same. You might go to basic training at Fort Jackson, and then you have to go to Fort Sam Houston for AIT. Once you're done with basic and AIT, guys, you will then get assigned what's called a duty station. A duty station is a place where you are going to go to serve out your tour. So if you sign up for 2 years, you will spend 2 years at that duty station. If you sign up for 3, 4, 5, whatever it may be, you're going to go to that duty station and you will spend your time there, guys. Now, let's say you are stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas, and you're there for 3 years. Now, once that 3 years is up, you're going to get a chance to do what's called a reenlistment. A reenlistment means you will get an option. If you serve honorably and you don't have any pending charges, military will afford you the opportunity to re-enlist and extend your contract and serve a tad bit longer. Now, when that comes up, you will have several different options. You will either have bonuses available to you for that particular MOS, or you can do what's called college option, where you can get anywhere from 6 to 8 months while you're on active duty to just go to a college campus and take classes. Now, you will also get a chance to reclass. So if you are, for example, an 88 Mike and you just spent 3 years doing that job and you don't like it, you can opt to reclass into a different MOS or a different job. For example, 25 uniform or 25 November. You will get that option whenever you go to re-enlist. Next, guys, we're going to talk about promotions in the military. Now, let's say you decide to make a career out of the military, reenlistment window comes up, and you choose to reenlist. As far as promotion goes, guys, from E3 to E4, all that is automatic. Once you make it to E4, guys, E5 and E6, you have to go to what's called a promotion board. A promotion board is exactly what it sounds like. It's a board that you will go in front of and you will present yourself in a manner to impress your supervisors, and they will then decide if you're worthy of the next rank. Once you become a senior E6, guys, you will no longer go to promotion board at your unit. You will then submit packets to Department of the Army Decentralized Board, which is held every year at HRC, Fort Knox, Kentucky. You can expect to go in front of the DA board, guys, for E7, E8, and E9s. Guys, once you get to your unit, I want you to get familiar with what's called the op cycle. You have amber, green, and red. Now, that's how the military splits up the year as far as what's taking place. Now, doing amber cycle, you're typically not doing much, guys. That's when you handle all your admin tasks. That's when guys get a chance to go to school, whether it's sniper school, airborne school, so on and so forth. That's where guys also get an opportunity to take college classes. After amber cycle, guys, you're going to go into what's called green cycle. Green cycle is where all the training takes place. Now, every unit has what's called a medal, mission essential task list. All the training that takes place within, your platoon, your company, your battalion, so on and so forth, is based off that medal. That medal is a bunch of core tasks that every unit needs to be proficient in. That is driven from the division level all the way down to the platoon level. So doing green cycle, your platoon, your squad, and all the entities involved will come up with training plan to make sure all those core tasks are actually met. Once green cycle is complete, you're going to go into what's called red cycle. Now, red cycle is when you as a platoon, as a company, as a battalion will get handed a bunch of different tasks that you have to do based on the area that you're at. Now, I know a third group, a common red cycle task is funeral detail, clean sweep. We might have to go support another battalion that's doing training. All that takes place during red cycle, guys. So that's what you can expect once you get to your unit as it relates to training, opportunities to go to school, deployment, and also red cycle taskings. Let's now talk about education, guys. So as a member of the armed services, guys, you will get a chance to attend college while you are serving. The Army has what's called tuition assistance, where they will pay for your books and your tuition, and you get to go to college and earn a degree. I was able to earn my bachelor's and my master's using tuition assistance while I was serving. As long as you pass all your classes, you don't have to worry about paying all that money back. If for whatever reason you take a class and you fail it, you didn't have to pay however much that tuition costs back to the military. I had to go to school online mainly because I was still expected to be at work during the day, and on my own time, weekends, after hours, I then did all my schoolwork, guys. So just know that that's available to you if you decide to make a career out of the military. Let's now talk about changing duty stations. PCS just means that you're going to change duty stations. Now, if you are going to stay in the Army for 20 years, you could expect to move every 3 to 4 years. Now, that's conventional Army. If you end up in a specialized unit, for example, when I left Fort Riley, Kansas, I came to Fort Bragg, and I've been here for the last 15 years. Mainly because my language and my specialty allowed me to stay a third group for that long, guys. So let's say you are planning on doing 20 years and you want to go to a specialized unit. You've been in the Army for 4 to 5 years, you've gave it all you've got, and you're ready to try something different. So these are the different things that are available to you. You can go to selection, SFAS, and become a special forces guy. You can go to Ranger Battalion. You can go to Delta Selection, and you can go to a bunch of different SMUs that are available to you. You just have to link up with one of those recruiters, do your due diligence, apply, attend, crush it, and then go to that unit and do work. Now, let's say you don't want to do any of that high-speed stuff. You can get what's called DA selected, meaning the Department of the Army is going to look at your records, and they are going to identify you for a special duty. They're going to look at your record and say, hey, this guy's been in the Army for 12 years. he is crushing it. I want him to be a recruiter. I want him to be a drill sergeant. And they will give you orders to go be a recruiter or to go be a drill sergeant. Those orders you cannot get out of. You are DA selected. You have to go perform those duties. So I would recommend you be proactive and you apply to these different units and go to selection and do all this different stuff if you plan on making the military a career and you don't want to end up getting stuck serving as a recruiter or as a drill sergeant. Let's now talk about UCMJ action, guys, or Uniform Code of Military Justice. The Uniform Code of Military Justice is the legal Bible for the DoD. So if you decide to make the military a career, you need to be made aware of what can happen to you if you get in trouble. The military is the easiest thing in the world. You show up, you do what you're supposed to do, you go home, you eat, you work out, you shoot guns, and you get paid for it. But I do understand that it is not for everybody. There's some guys that join and they bring their hood or wherever they're from with them and they end up getting in trouble. Just know if you do, the commanders, they have UCMJ action that can take your money away, take your time away, or just flat out kick you out the military. In short, guys, that's how you make a career out of the military. The process that I just described is the same for officers, only you might have to attend a couple of extra training here and there, but everything else apply, guys. Same thing. If you choose to go special forces, you are going to go through the same process. You enlist, you go to basic, you go to AIT, you go to airborne, you go to Fort Bragg, you attend selection, you crush it, you crush the Q course, you get to your duty station. There you will serve for however long. You're still liable to your CMJ action. You can still get pulled and put on drill sergeant and recruiting duties. You can still go to other units, whether it's Delta or some of the other SMUs. You can still do that, guys, in order to improve yourself in your career. I truly think that the military has a lot to offer, guys. I enjoyed my time in it. I hope this video was helpful, guys. If you guys have any questions or want to share anything, leave it in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.